EA Sports claimed that listening to community feedback to improve the game was their #1 priority for FC26. It's a big claim to make after the new lows experience during FC25, but I can confidently say that the feedback has been taken on board and more, with FC26 feeling like the glory days once again. There was a lot of pressure on EA for FC26. FC25 was one of the worst received games that EA has ever released. The gameplay was poor, there was a copious number of errors and glitches in the game, but worst of all, players got bored. A boring game is the worst type of game, but a lot of it came down to the FC community feeling unheard by EA. Year after year, changes were requested and none of these changes were ever listened to. So when EA released the reveal trailer for FC26, it got players excited. Promises were being made that EA had listened to community feedback, with EA even calling itself out for its poor gameplay mechanics. Big changes to passing, dribbling, defending and goalkeeping were the biggest promises made, and instantly when jumping into FC26 you can feel those changes, with gameplay feeling the smoothest it has in years. The overhauled gameplay alongside an improved career mode and ultimate team is the perfect recipe, and EA is treating us all to a slice. To put it simply, gameplay in FC26 is fantastic. For FC26, EA has split gameplay into 2 different modes: competitive gameplay and authentic gameplay. Competitive is the gameplay used in Ultimate Team and other online game modes, and as soon as you play your first game, you instantly notice the improvements made. Firstly, the gameplay is so much faster. The fast-paced gameplay makes the overall experience way more enjoyable, but it's the improved mechanics that make the fast-paced style work. Left-stick dribbling is by far the most efficient way to run with the ball. No more clunky dribbling, no more need to hold down R1 every time you hold the ball. Dribbling is so much smoother in FC26. Passing has also massively improved, especially first time passes. A new 1-frame passing mechanic means that if you press pass just 1 frame before the ball arrives at your player's feet, the pass will still be made. This was part of EA's promise to improve responsiveness, and I felt absolutely no input delay during my first few days playing the game. I found that when passing, dribbling, or while just looking for options around the box, shielding the ball is extremely important in FC26. Strong players like Victor Gyökeres felt impossible to defend at times simply because of his ability to shrug defenders off the ball. With the pace of the game much faster, players naturally feel faster, and from my early experiences with the game, pace did feel important in certain areas of the pitch. Slow defenders will be caught out by fast attackers, especially when turning or when trying to recover from a challenge. Pace boosts have also been nerfed and are non-existent in FC26, even with quickstep and rapid playstyles. Thankfully, stats feel more important than in FC25, especially when it comes to passing. The majority of long passes or long through balls that I attempted with players with low passing stats were overhit or underhit, but when using players with better passing stats or passing playstyles, they were fine. Low driven shots have also been nerfed. Replacing timed finishing, you can now attempt low driven shots just by double tapping shoot, so regular low drivens felt quite useless in comparison to FC25, but I think that's a good thing. They were way too overpowered. Finesse shots feel great as well, especially if you have any iteration of the finesse shot playstyle, while low driven finesse shots felt really good in 1v1 situations. EA claimed that manual defending would be the way forward for FC26, but every game I played felt quite similar to FC25 defensively. Most of my opponents would still hover around the defense of the midfielder and leave the AI to defend, which seemed pretty effective. Also, if you pull a defender out of position, it always leaves you exposed, so expect another year of AI defending. One big bonus with defending though is no more tacklebacks. A big FC25 issue was making tackles and the ball staying with the attacker, but now if you make a challenge, 95% of the time the ball will remain at your feet. Also, goalkeepers are fantastic. I'd even go as far as saying the best improvement made for FC26 is goalkeepers. New save animations look really smooth, and more than not, my goalkeeper would make some incredible saves to keep me in games. I actually used a 76 rated goalkeeper in all my Ultimate Team games, and honestly I can't remember him being at fault or questionable for any of the goals, so I can only imagine how good the likes of Alisson or Courtois could be. Ultimate Team uses competitive gameplay, so gameplay-wise, it's a big improvement on FC25. The biggest difference with FC26 Ultimate Team is that the power curve has been slowed down incredibly. There are no big packs available to earn from the get-go, so unless you're piling on FC points, there's no way to get loads of packs in the first few days of playing the game. During my time on the game, I mainly played Rivals, and the new Rivals setup seemed great. There are new additions set to come, such as bounties. I didn't see any of them when I was playing, but the relegation threats and the hot streaks make Rivals progression really fun. The menus are also a lot cleaner. I thought the play tab was really well organised, while the colour schemes used for SBCs is quite appealing. There are lots of objectives available with small pack rewards, but again, I also enjoy this. To me, the best part of the game is the early stages where everyone's using gold cards, and with how the power curve is looking, this could be the case for longer periods than usual. I failed to pack a single walkout, but the new pack animation is also quite nice. Now, dare I say that Career Mode has the best new game mode in FC26. The first mode on FC26 that I tried out was Manager Live, a new way to play Manager Career Mode. When you enter the game, there's a host of different Manager Live challenges for you to take on, with all of these challenges having different restrictions and conditions. So, for example, the challenge that I went for was the Point Deduction Challenge. This is where you start the season with minus 20 points. The restrictions saw my team banned from the first 2 transfer windows, and my objective was to stay in the league or get sacked. It adds a whole new competitiveness to Career Mode, something which has been lacking for a long time. Visually, the Career Mode menus with the Premier League branding look very clean, but there wasn't many changes made to the Squad Hub or Tactics page. One thing I can say about Career Mode, and this is a personal opinion, but I did not enjoy the authentic gameplay at all. Authentic gameplay felt way too slow, extremely stiff and sluggish, and honestly, to me, it felt like a more boring version of the FC25 gameplay. I got bored really quickly while playing games, but this is a personal preference. If you prefer slower, more realistic gameplay, you may love authentic gameplay, but for me, I prefer the faster pace like an Ultimate Team, so try it out for yourself. Some other new Career Mode features I liked was the new Deeper Simulation, where you can select up to 5 other leagues to be simulated as deep as yours, giving you more detailed tables and stats. The new Manager Market was also a cool addition, so you can keep an eye out on other manager tactics and job security, but I love the new Unexpected Events feature the most. From long-term injuries to homesick players, it throws new challenges your way as a manager to see how well you can cope. Unfortunately though, press conferences are as dull and stupid as before, but who actually watches these the whole way through anyway? Another game mode with a huge revamp is Clubs. EA has said goodbye to the old skill tree, with archetypes the new way forward. Honestly, it's a little confusing at first. You need to select your archetype card, with each of these based on an FC26 icon. I went for the Magician archetype, which is based on Ronaldinho, mainly because I get given 2 playstyles from the go, which are Finesse Shot and Technical. In FC26, you'll use archetype points to upgrade your attributes and playstyles rather than skill points. Each upgrade is very small, so after spending my first 100 archetype points, I was only 73 rated. In my first game, I scored, I got an assist, and I got a rating of 8.6, and this only gave me 19 archetype points, which would only give me extremely minor upgrades. Like Ultimate Team, it seems the power curve in Clubs is also way slower, so it will require more of a grind to get to those top levels and unlock more playstyles. Clubs customization is still as good as ever. There's lots of customization options on offer for your club, such as the kits and badges, while there's endless possibilities for customizing your pro's appearance. Gameplay wise, I had a lot of fun in my first few games of Clubs. An update to stamina means you don't run out of stamina ever. Of course, you will tire if you are constantly sprinting, but you'll always have 100% fitness, so in the late stages of the game, you still feel fresh. Rush also felt really fun as well. I think I actually enjoyed using the new in-game messages more than anything else though. There were only 4 chat options in FC25, but there are now 16 in FC26, so if you ever play me on Rush, expect me to be spamming these. The main FC26 menu looks the same, though there are some new videos playing in the background with new icons like Zlatan and Toni Kroos. There's also some new settings to look out for, including the option to remove stadium shadows. Now that is a big W. All in all, I think I can happily say that FC26 is by far the best football game EA has released in a very long time. EA has listened to what changes the community want, and these updates have been implemented brilliantly, with the new competitive gameplay smooth, quick and fun. You can have all the bells and whistles, but gameplay is what matters most. FC26 once again has all the bells and whistles, but this time the gameplay is on par to create the best football gaming experience out there.